Good afternoon, students. This is the second part of your Unit 4. So, some more syllabus is yet to be finished. Now, in this discussion, we will be discussing some new terms. For example, the keystone species, then the umbrella species, and the flagship species. Now, these three terms are given in order to do conservation and management of living organism, the species. First of all, what do we mean by keystone species? Keystone species means any species in an ecosystem which has essential role in the structure and functioning of the ecosystem. Means the activity of a particular species, a particular organism is it affects the whole of the ecosystem. The structure, for example, the physical features, maybe it is a mountain, river, so that is also influence. And then the distribution of nutrients present in the soil, that is also influence. And then functioning or the productivity of the ecosystem is also influenced by that particular keystone species. For example, the biomass production, the rate and amount of biomass is also influenced by these keystone species. For example, the wolf is a keystone species, elephant, starfish is in case of the marine ecosystem. Then the mountain lion. So in this picture we can see the ecosystem of the mountain lion. So whenever the mountain lion is predating on its prey, for example the deer or rabbit, then the carcass, the dead carcass is eaten by other organism. The eagle and other migratory raptors rely on those carcasses. The carcass is also eaten by the foxes or the grizzly, the bear. The lion kills are critical food for bears entering or emerging from hibernation. Then the dead animal becomes the nutrients for the soil, and then it is consumed by plants. Again, small mammals have greater access to food because of the carcasses. So the mountain lion is actually controlling many other species of the ecosystem. That is why it is important for the ecosystem. Next term is the flagship species. Now a flagship species means any species which is selected as an ambassador animal, or it is an icon or symbol for a particular habitat or an ecosystem, and that animal is selected in order to environmental cause, conservation, then campaigns, environmental protection campaigns. So for that it is selected. For example, we can see in this picture, we can see that there are many examples of flagship species: the great panda or the polar bear, the tiger, the Royal Bengal tiger of India, then the sea turtle, gorillas, elephants, many are there. Next topic is the umbrella species. Now umbrella species are the species which are selected for conservation related decision. Now flagship species meant that it represents or it is a symbol, and umbrella species means in order to go for conservation decision, maybe to make a wildlife sanctuary or a national park or some other conservation related decision. So in order to do that, the umbrella species is selected. Now umbrella species can be used to help the select location of potential reserves, biosphere reserves, find minimum size of those reserves. Conservation area means the area that needs to be decided. In order for that purpose, the umbrella species are designated. So the umbrella species could be often either a flagship species whose conservation benefits of other species, or it could be a keystone species also, which can be targeted for conservation due to its impact on the ecosystem. Next topic is IOCN. Now IOCN is an organization, International Union of Conservation of Nature. Then this is actually done for two purposes. That is, conserve the integrity and diversity of nature, and second aim is to natural resource is equitably and ecologically used, sustainably used, so that sustainable use of natural resource is done. In order to do that, this IOCN has come up. The functioning of this conservation is that it produces directories and specialists who are knowledgeable in captive breeding programs and other conservation related programs are done. IOCN was established in 5th October 1948 in Fontainebleau in France, and its headquarters are in Gland, Switzerland. India became a member of the IOCN in 1969, and the country's office is in New Delhi. It was established in the year 2007. Now, under this IOCN, there are certain list of animals, categories of animals, which is known as the IOCN Red List. So, according to that, there are 5 important groups: the extinct, endangered, vulnerable, rare, and data deficient. So, in this picture, we can see that there is the extinct one, endangered, vulnerable, near to threatened. These are subdivided actually. Then data deficient. So, out of all the 5 categories, 2 categories are like we are going to discuss, and those are important also. It is the endangered species and the endemic. Now, what do we mean by endangered species? These species are animals or plants which exist in very less number, and it is if not conserved, it might go for extinction. So, those animals and plants are regarded as endangered species. Endemic species means the plants and animals which is found in a particular region of the earth and nowhere else. So, in India there are 12 endangered as well as endemic species. So, in this list we can see those are important for us. For example, the Asiatic lion in Gir forest, Sangai deer in Loktak Lake, this is in Manipur, lion tail macaque of the Western Ghats, Kashmir stag, Nilgiri tahar, purple frog, pygmy hog of Assam, then the bronzeback vine snake, Nilgiri blue robin, Malabar civet, Annamalai gliding frog, and Namdapha flying squirrel. Namdapha flying squirrel, it is found in the wildlife sanctuary, Namdapha wildlife sanctuary of Arunachal Pradesh. Next topic is global conservation status of biological species. So, all the biological species found on the earth, they are categorized in the IOCN, and their number is also enlisted. For example, the last release was done in 2012, according to which there are about 63,837 species revealed. 19817 are threatened with extinction, and where described 3,947 are critically endangered. So, next we can see some more list. So, this list was done in the year 2007, IOCN Red List. So, here we can see the critically endangered one, the endangered and the vulnerable species of various animal species, mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, fishes, etc. Next is also another list of animals. This is also from the year 2007. So, this much for today's video. There are few more topics that we will be discussing in the next video. Thank you.